Hi Natasha, so this is the instruction video on how to access the Harleston Gym website and how to make some simple updates. So first of all, I've sent you an email with a link and a username and password. If you click on the link, pop in your username and password and then click sign me in. That will bring you to this screen here. You may see some strange alerts over the right hand side about payments due and things like that. You can completely ignore those. I'm not sure why they come up, but just pay no attention to that. The only thing you need to worry about is clicking on the left hand side here where it says websites. So if you click on that, that will bring you to a screen where you'll see a little thumbnail of the current gym website, and just below that you'll have edit website, so click on that. This will basically load up my software, which is called Bramble, and it will look something like this. If you've got a slow internet connection, it won't be as instant as that, so it can take up to 60 seconds to load, but basically that will bring you to this screen here. A couple of things to mention: when you first log in, you'll see all sorts of strange symbols and things that don't quite look right because all your slider images that scroll between them are all stacked on top of each other. Don't worry about things like that. You're not having to edit or deal with anything to interfere with that. That's just how they're displayed and how they look in the software, but obviously on the website they all display correctly and work perfectly. So ignore any strange layout things you're not sure of and just leave them all as they are. This little X's and symbols here is things I've turned off for mobile phones and turned off for tablet devices, so again, just completely ignore it. The only thing you really want to do is come in and make changes to any text areas, and the way you do that is you highlight each area, which gives you access to the text. Much like a Word file, you can highlight different words, delete them, change them, and it's pretty straightforward to navigate through each section. Click, alter any words that you want to alter. So you can see it's pretty straightforward. You're literally just clicking the areas and changing any text you want to. There is a couple of things that are important when it comes to changing text. Anything towards the bottom of the pages in these blue bars, I've listed to Google as keywords. So please don't take out any wording or change any wording towards the bottom of the pages in areas like this, because that will have a huge impact on your Google rankings if you remove these words. So just concentrate on changing paragraphs and information within these sorts of areas. That's all fine, and on other pages we'll cover that as well. But anything you see at the bottom of the page in these blue bars, make sure they're just left exactly as they are. So I'm going to go through things in a bit more detail for you, and obviously please do watch the video back again a couple of times if you need to. I'm going to try and cover as much as I can, but basically what I want to show you before we get too far into things is if you've made a mistake, so if you've accidentally deleted something you didn't mean to, you've got ways to get around that and bring it back. So you have an undo button, and if you click that, you'll see what that's done is that's put that back. So we've done no damage at all. So don't get panicked about accidentally making mistakes, or if you're not sure you've done something, you've always got that undo button. And if you make an absolutely huge mess, so let's just delete all sorts of things. We've now deleted most of that website. The way out of it is don't hit the publish button, so don't hit that, and just leave the browser and just leave. That way you haven't saved all that damage you've just done and you've exited causing no damage at all. So I like to show people that because it just means you don't have to be scared of playing around with the settings and making amendments, because as long as you've not hit publish, you've not done any damage. Everything will be exactly as it was. So yeah, two things just to recap. Make a mistake you're not sure of, you've got an undo button. Make a huge mess and do a lot of damage, then just exit without publishing, and no damage has been done at all. So we've just briefly shown you around the home page and how to make simple changes to that by just navigating around, finding the contents areas, clicking them and making any alterations or additions. So again, you could go in to this bit here and add whatever you wanted to in terms of text, much like a Word document. Again, where you can undo it if you didn't mean to do it. So that's pretty straightforward. You've also got all the other pages on your website. If you pop up to here where it says index and click, you've got all the different pages as you scroll up and down. So let's, for example, edit the personal trainers page. If you click on the page, one thing you can't do at the moment is upload new images. You'll need another training video if you want to upload and change photographs. So for now, please don't upload and change photographs. But if you want to, that's no problem. I can cover that in another video for you. But for this time, we're just going to look at worrying about the text. So if you wanted to paste in some new text or add more text to the end of it, very simple, you just scroll to each box and click them and make any alterations and changes that you want to make. So pretty straightforward to go in to change that, and again you just add what you wanted to at the end, put all the extra paragraphs in. Again, if you didn't need to do it, you've got to undo. And again, if you have a little explore and you don't want to save changes, just leave the page. So pretty straightforward to go through and navigate your way around the website. So I'll show you again. So let's say we wanted to add a lot more information about the squash, for example. You could go to the page about squash, go down here, and you could add in and change any section that you wanted to change. Change the opening hours, change the price, just highlight it and change it to whatever you wanted it to be. Anything you want to alter, you just go through and change, much like a Word document. So it really is very straightforward. I will also just say you can mess about with the different fonts and the font sizes, but I really would not do that. I've optimized your website for tablet devices and for phones. So if you go and change all the fonts and make it look really nice, what might happen is when you go onto a tablet or a phone, all of a sudden things are not displaying properly, text is looking a bit strange. So you're best to leave the actual design and look of the website exactly as it is. All the font sizes are correct as they are. So hopefully that gets you the basics of moving around the website and making simple text updates. A couple of other things to mention is don't ever use the preview button up the top here. Don't use that, it causes problems and can make things stop working, so just stay away from the preview button. And another thing to mention is on my website package you get half an hour a month of support for web updates, which are completely free of charge. So if you did want to make some changes to the website and you don't have the time to do it, or you're not too confident in doing it, you've got half an hour a month where you can use me for free updates. So I can make a few alterations and changes if you haven't got the time or you rather I did it. But at least this gives you access to the site, the ability to log in and change. As I've mentioned before, please don't go uploading lots of photographs and images. I'll do a completely separate video if that is something that you want to do. And if you've got any questions or you want to take advantage of the free training that I offer, just get in contact. And thanks for watching.